Hey everybody, it's me Stacey, licensed designer for Sizzix, Jacquard, and Couture Creations. Welcome to today's Take Two Tuesday event. Hello all of you retailers out there. Hello all of you makers out there. I have such a fun video for you, a fun class for you today. Now, Take Two Tuesdays, I do every Tuesday, 5 p.m. sunny California time, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, when we live chat during the premiere. So if you see a live chat going on over there, don't forget to say hello, hello. And I feature the latest and greatest products I have from these three amazing companies, Sizzix, Jacquard, and Couture Creations. And this week, it is all about my nod to Christmas from Sizzix. My next release from Sizzix launches July 1st. So for the next several weeks, I'm going to be walking you through the product, showing it all to you, and showing you how it works with some older product that I did in my March collection and my May collection. And that is definitely what I have in store for you today. Oh my goodness gracious. I am obsessed with this stencil, obsessed with this stencil. You know, when you think you're gonna like something, you're pretty positive because, well, I designed it. So I thought, you know, I really have ideas for this. But until it's in your hands, until you finally can feel, see, touch, and work with it, it is so much better than what I had ever hoped for. So today I am working with my Shine Bright. I do have the coordinating embossing folder, and I am going to show that to you. But for the most part, we're going to be playing with my Shine Bright stencil. Now, these two do work together, the embossing folder and the stencil. But today I'm going to primarily be working with the stencil. I'm also going to be bringing back from my May collection my Fanciful Framelits circles. Absolutely. There's a reason why I'm bringing these back, and it all has to do with that embossing folder and that stencil. So I think we're ready to get started today. I have some fun samples to share with you. I have a fun make or two to share with you and really show you all about my Shine Bright stencil and the embossing folder, which is where we're going to start because I want to show you the embossing folder. I'm going to run it through so you can see how it uses and how you sand it and what you can do with it. But then I'm going to get right into that stencil because obsessed with it. Now remember, this product is not available until July 1st, but we have two independent retailers that we're featuring in this video. You can look under the description of this video to find their name and their website. I'll be dropping links about them. We have online retailers that we're supporting. You can certainly put it on a wish list, a notify me list. Most of them have it up on their site now for you to look at. Or if it's an independent, call them and say, are you bringing in the Stacey Park Sizzix Christmas Nod to Christmas collection? I want that stencil she showed today. You call your independent retailer, and I'm pretty positive they'd be happy to special order it for you. All right, so I'm gonna get started. We're gonna tilt down. Fun class today. Are you ready? Me too, because it's a nod to Christmas. All right, I'm gonna tilt on down. We're gonna get started for today. I think I'm gonna bring this one back over. Down we go. It's good to see everybody. Okay, so it is super early in the morning here in sunny California. It is, dark 100 hours is what it feels like. Now, I have my Shine Bright embossing folder, and I'm going to show you how to use it. I'm going to run it through because I want you to see it, but then we're not going to do anything else with it for today. I'm going to save it for another day because I really want to work with the stencil. Here it is. You've got the Sizzix logo right in front. That's how you know it's the top side. I am going to grab some Revealz paper so I can show you how it sands. It's oh so pretty. And let's grab a red. So 3D embossing folder, you always want that Sizzix to be on the front for you. That tells you that that's face up. I've got my Revealz cardstock. Revealz is a specialty cardstock from Sizzix that sands to a lighter color. The A6 fits perfectly right inside my embossing folder. Easy peasy. Now what I'm doing I'm going to bring over my Sizzix Big Shot machine. And for a 3D embossing folder on a Big Shot machine, it does clearly tell you on the base platform that it comes with how to do a Sizzix 3D embossing folder. Now there is no standard thickness to embossing folders in our industry, so you may find with somebody else's 3D embossing folder you have to play with the sandwich just a little bit to get it right. But I have got my paper in with my Sizzix facing out. I want to be able to see that name. I don't need a bottom plate. I've got my embossing folder in there and I go chomp, chomp, chomp first. So I put this side in first. See, it's going chomp, chomp, chomp. And I'm going to send it through. And just as easy as that, it's going to give me a lovely 3D embossing. And in fact, I'm going to do 2 of them. So bam, just like that. Can you see that embossing? It's beautiful, but we're gonna make it even better. I'll do it in green since we're talking Christmas. And my paper right inside my embossing folder fits perfectly. Close it up and send it on through. You see how easy it is to send this on through. Now I go chomp, chomp, chomp. So I always send it through with the side that opens, and it's going chomp, chomp, chomp. That's how I remember which side I do. There is no right and there is no wrong side to how to send your embossing folder through. Quite honestly, it's whatever makes your heart happy. So 1, and then bring it on back. And just like that, I've used my embossing folder. Now the stencil that I have does coordinate with it, and you can lay it over the top to add the stencil element. So the Shine Bright stencil will fit over the top of my embossing. For today though, I'm just gonna sand them. So I've got my sanding tool from Sizzix. Comes in a pack of 2, $6.99. I highly recommend them because Sizzix went ahead and made the sanding blocks to be usable with paper so that it doesn't tear your paper. Now a little bit of sanding, and I'm going to expose a lighter color of this green. Trim out my side. And now you can see that embossing come up. So this is a nod to Christmas, absolutely. But this embossing folder you can use at any time. Let's do the red. Give it a little bit of a sand. Expose that lighter shade of red that's underneath. And it's a beautiful, beautiful embossing. All that detail comes right on up. Now, you may be wondering why there's a circle in the middle of it. Well, because I designed these to go with my Fanciful Framelits from May. So these are my Alena's arched circles. Beautiful arched circles with an element that lets you add a detail around them. My Fanciful Framelits are about framelit, an embossing, a framelit, and embossing, so you get the best of both worlds. They're about a die and then an embossing element, a die, an embossing element, a die, an embossing element, so that you can mix and match. Normally with your dies, it has the embossing element built right into it, so that every time you want to cut this circle, you're going to cut with that embossing element. I separated them so that you could get the best of both worlds. You could just use the die. You can just use the embossing element. You can use them together. You can use them with an additional frame die to make a frame. There's just, they letterpress, they foil. There's just so much that can be done with these sets. And as I said, I included an extra because I had extra room. So I actually included a little topper that you could frame in on your card, your circles as well. So today I'm going to be playing with this circle right here, because lo and behold, poof, like magic, that circle fits right there and is going to allow me to cut that out perfectly. I love it. So this embossing folder was designed with my circles in mind so that you could go in and bam, look at that, fits perfectly. But I want to cut out that center. So I'm going to bring my machine back. Since I'm not embossing, I am going to throw down my solo shim. I am going to throw down my cut plate, my embossed paper, and I'm going to send it on through. Now you may want to tape it down. I'm a girl who flies by the seat of her pants, but I want to put a window in this card. I want to put a window here. Now I've cut out this element. I've cut here, which means I can then take and back this with my glitter or whatever it is that makes my heart happy, and put a sentiment right in the center, or a Santa, or a poinsettia, or a shaker, or a what do you want to put there? It's really up to you. You have options, whether you keep the embossing folder with the center in or you take it with the center out. And of course you can do it either way. It's horizontal or vertical, your choice. But having those circles be exactly the right size just makes things so much easier. Now I'm going to put those off to the side, because what I really want to play with is the stencil. And I'm just obsessed with this stencil. See how tiny those dots are? Itty bitty tinies. I'm going to bring over my stencil and stamp tool because I'm going to need it for today. I'm not changing my sticky grid because it's still sticky. This is a stencil and stamp tool by Sizzix. And it comes with a lid, and it comes with a little place to hold your alignment tool. And when you're using it as a stamp positioner, you would be using the lid without the alignment tool. But this has dual functionality. It has actually many functions. Let me go on back. I can lift the lid in and out super easy. And if I'm using it as a stamp positioner, I have all of this space. This is a piece of sticky grid. It comes with your tool and it holds your paper in place. Holds your paper in place. Now, eventually your sticky grid won't be so sticky anymore, but it takes quite a while for that to happen. And when that does happen, Sizzix does sell a pack of 5 of them. So I'm telling you that 5 is gonna last you quite some time. So sticky grid comes with the tool, the alignment tool comes with it, the lid, and you are ready to go whether you are stenciling or doing stamping. Since I'm gonna be stenciling today, I don't need the lid, so I can take it and just put it off to the side. I am, however, going to be playing with my Shine Bright stencil. So I'm gonna bring my alignment tool back, and I'm just gonna put it at the very top. This alignment tool is what allows you to move a stencil anywhere you want on the paper. If you have a continuous stencil, you can put it down and just move it again and again. If you're doing a scrapbook layout and you want your stenciling towards the bottom, it lets you move it all the way down towards the bottom. It gives you opportunity. There's also no lip around the entire thing, so any size paper makes your heart happy. And again, it's dual function. It will allow you to also be a stamp positioner. And if you are stenciling and you have somebody else's stencils that don't have holes in the top, that's okay. Sizzix sells converters. They stick right onto the top. It adds 2 little holes to it so you're not punching holes. Don't punch holes in your stencils. These little nibs on this alignment tool are very specific. They're very special in size. And if you just poke holes in your stencils, I don't think it's going to fit. The converters are reusable. They sell 10 to a pack. They're very affordable, and it will allow you to use everybody else's stencils on the market. Everybody's stencils. I could put the converter this way, so it's holding the stencil like this. I could do it this way. It makes no difference, just so long as it clicks into these 2 little pegs and you are good to go. Now, because this is a Sizzix stencil, I don't have to worry about that. I can go ahead and pop it right in, and you do have to push it down a little bit. You'll hear a little bit of a click, and I've got my paper underneath. And now I've got my stencil ready to go. The beautiful thing about this tool is that you can lift it up to see what you've done and then put it right back down. So I'm gonna just do some pretty coloring in here, and I think I'll start with my yellow. And I've got a little blending tool over here. So I am using the Stacey Park Jacquard dye-based inks. So I'm just gonna go in and do a little bit of yellow. Good. And then maybe I do a little bit of red. Maybe I go even just a little bit higher on my yellow. Good. I'll do a little bit of red. And just blending those colors in. Those dots are teeny tiny, but they give you the most beautiful look because they are so delicate. And then maybe I'll come in. Now I can look at it and I can lift up and I can say, am I happy with that? Look at how pretty that is just the way it is. But I can put it right back down and it's going to line, whoop, took it off, that's okay. It's gonna line right back up. You're like, what do you mean you took it off? Well, it came off this side. But as long as you haven't moved your paper and your stencil is back in the position where you started, it's all going to line up. It's fine, it's okay. That's what makes this tool so amazing. Maybe a little bit of blue. Around the top. Now you can see I'm having to use my fingers. This is an alignment tool, not a I'm going to hold your stencil in place for you tool. It's going to make it so that you can lift up, Oh, and put back down. If you want it to lift up with a typical stencil, you either have to take the magnets off of it or untape it. And then you got to try and line it back up so it's just so. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit more red. And my colors are going to blend because these are the Stacey Park Premium Dye Based Inks from Jacquard. And then come back in with just a bit more yellow. Lift it up. And let's see what we've got. So pretty, so easy. Done. I can make something with it right now. The opportunity is right now. I love it. And then maybe I will come back and do something with it. And then to clean up my stencil, easy peasy with my inks. It's just a baby wipe. That's all. It's just a baby wipe. Bam. Let's do one more just like that, only in different colors. So when I say just like that, I mean close to it, but in different colors. I put my stencil right on down. My Sizzix is facing up. And of course, the stencil has that same kind of circle in the center. I wonder why. All right, there we go. And I'm going to start with my yellow in the middle because that's what I do. Kind of take it out just a little bit so there's some opportunity for my colors to blend. Nice and bold and strong. And this time I think I'm going to go with a little bit of my pink. So I'm going to bring over a little bit of my Cranberry Fizz. And kind of blend it into that yellow. Love Cranberry Fizz. Love Cranberry Fizz. Now, I have 12 colors and 12 re-inkers out right now. In July, we have 6 more launching, and then again 6 more in October. Building that color palette up. Now, I think I'm going to grab a teal deal. And maybe go around the outside. So I've got my teal deal. And come just around the outside. Gotta hold it down. Get into all those little nooks and crannies. And maybe add just a little bit more of my Cranberry Fizz. And we'll see what we have. And then, last but not least, a little bit more of my yellow, just in the center. All right, so here we are. Looks pretty there, doesn't it? Let's see what we've got. And up. Ooh. So now I've got more teal and pinks going on. Love it. So now I can take and I can cut that center out. But I want to move on. I really want to focus on that center. I might come back to those and we may finish those up. Give me just a minute. I really want to focus on that center. And I think I'm going to take it and do it in green. I'm going to do 6 of them. And I think I'm going to do it in my green. So I'm going to leave the rest of the stencil as is. I really want to come in here and focus just on that center. And I'm going to do it in my wasabi. And all I want is that center really good. Done. All I'm caring about is that part right there. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to do 6 of these. Super fast. Oh, that's my blue, Stacey. I picked up my blue. No blue. Okay, number 2, done. Number 3, down we go. And all I'm trying to do is get that circle, get that inner portion. Done. Next one down. So think of all that white scrap paper you have. Can you do this with waxes and pastes? Yes. The circles are small, so you are going to have to work it in. But absolutely you can. Done. And once I get going, I just keep going. Done, and my last one. I can always lift it up to look. See if I want a little bit more, put it back down, realignment. It aligns right up there for you. Done. All right, just like that, I have 6 ready to go. I'm going to clean off my stencil. Easy peasy. It's ready to use again. Again, that is my Shine Bright stencil. It goes with my Shine Bright embossing folder. And I'm gonna move this off to the side. So I'm gonna put my lid back on. Close it up and move it off to the side for now. Because now it's all about the die cutting. I've got my 6 little circles that I can now die cut right on out. My arched circle Fanciful Framelits fit right in. You may tape it down. I'm just going to go for it. 1, 2, done. And out it comes. Now let's do our second one. And I have this, and I'm not sure what to do with them, but I don't want to throw them away. Let's do our second one. So I'm just going to do a wash, rinse, and repeat. Until I have all my circles cut. Send it on through. 1, 2. Once you get past the die, you don't have to take it all the way to the end. And it's cut. Moving on. I am obsessed with these little circles. I can't get enough of them. I love the whole big thing, I do, but I love these little circles. They just make my heart happy. And I've got some super cute samples to show you at the end. And I'm only using part of the stencil. I absolutely could have pre-embossed these little circles and then come in with the stencil over the top of it. Sure, could have done that. That would have added some more texture and dimension to it. Done. And 2 more to go. Now, because I don't have my circles exactly lined up with each other on the paper, I can't put this one on top of this one to be sure that I've got them lined up perfectly, because my paper's slightly different sizes and my circle's in a slightly different position. And send it through. And done. And then my last one. So this stencil and this embossing folder were designed to specifically work with my arched circles from May. So if you're a retailer who's thinking about bringing in Christmas from Sizzix by Stacey Park by me, you're going to want to have these arched circles to go with it, because oodles of content is going to be done using the 2 of them. Done. Whoa. Okay, now right now I'm storing everything on my gotcha tool. Also from Sizzix, it's a Stacey Park item. It is this great little magnet that sits on your desk. It's super strong and literally allows you to put all of your dies right on your making space. I mean, it's just that easy. Bam, and then it sits. Folds up easy peasy. Look at that, smooth finish. Love it. And look at, I mean, it's just the smallest, cutest little thing ever, honestly. Okay, so I have got my 6 circles. Now I think I'm gonna grab maybe a piece of Revealz, and I'm going to lay my circles out. And just kind of make a little pattern. So I know I'm going to cut these because I need halves. So there is a line that goes all the way through, a row of dots, and that's what I'm going to cut along, is that row of dots. Bam. Now I've got that one there, and I've got that one there. Ha! Isn't this so cute? And cut right through those row of dots. Bam. Right here and right there. And I have started to create, but I didn't use everything. I mean, this is the stencil, everything. It's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. But I love this little circle. And I could come in and cut this piece out and have the whole rest of the burst going on, just like I did here. Sure, I can do that. I love that little circle. So what else am I gonna do with this? Well, I think it needs a little bit of bling, so I'm going to take and use maybe some of my gold. Do I want this gold? I'm gonna use some of my gold opulent. Maybe I use that gold, that's pretty. And I think I'm gonna take my smallest, maybe I want that satiny. Oh, the satiny's pretty too. I can't decide. I'm gonna take my smallest circle and I'm gonna cut me some circles. Now I'm gonna try and cut 2 at a time, because this is double-sided paper, same on both sides, and I'm just gonna give it a whirl and see if I can get 2 at a time. Nope. And down we go, and let's see if I can get 2 pieces at one time. 1, 2. Sure did. 2. How do I feel about those? Well, I think I might like it. Okay, so let's do 2 more. So I'm going to need 6 in total, because that's how many circles I've got there. So I'm going to need 6 in total. Send it on through. And I only have to go as far as the die is, and then I can take it right on back. And the reason I can do 2 at a time by just folding my paper is because the paper's the same on both sides. And now I need 2 more. So let's just cut off another piece of this paper. And cut 2 more. So it's about making this Christmas, but it doesn't have to be Christmas. It can be birthday, it can be 4th of July, it can be congratulations, it can be celebrations. All right, so I'm gonna put that back on my magnet, and I'm gonna take these little dudes and I'm gonna cut them right in half and just go zoop. And to me, close is good enough. And zoop. All right, let's bring over some adhesive. And I'm going to put all my little dots, everything down on my adhesive. And I'm just going to add sticky dots to the back of all of this. Make it an instant sticker. So all I have to do is pull it up and lay it down. Okay, there we go. Give a good rub, pull up, and now I can start layering everything down. So put my first one there, and the nice thing about sticky dots is that if you don't get it in just the right spot, you can always lift them up and move them again. See, this one's a little too, not quite centered. That looks good. And down they go. And then my next is going to be somewhere around here. And then this one is going to be somewhere around here. And then this one is going to be somewhere around here. So I'm just laying them down so I can see that I've got them where I want them. And then this one here. And this one here. And if I'm happy, then I can cement them down. Maybe just a little bit up, just a little bit. And down I go. And then I'm going to take my little dots and I'm just going to put them in my centers just to add a little bit of Christmas color to it. And just like that, it starts to come together. I love these little circles. And they're only part of the embossing folder or the stencil. But I have so many ideas of what I want to do with them. Okay, done. Now I say we back it on the gold. You'd do a better job taping down. Line it up on some gold. That looks good. And then I have to decide, do I think I want some red or do I want the green? Oh, well, that looks very Christmassy. Okay. I'm just going to do a thin gold red band around the outside of it. So not your traditional Christmas card, but certainly a fun and easy one to do. Can you imagine it in winter colors or fall colors? That little inner circle will make something for everything. Love the whole stencil, but right now I'm all about that little inner circle. Now I know you guys would use a trimmer, and I am sure all of you wonderful independent stores watching this have trimmers to sell. I'm a freehand girl, just the way I am. But it does take practice. I've been doing it for years. Oh my gosh, it's turning out so cute. Now all we need is a little sentiment. All we need is a sentiment. I have Happy Holidays. I have Merry Christmas. Oh, I hate to cover those up. I do. I hate to cover those up. Where's that Happy Holidays? I saw Happy Holidays here somewhere. And I think I am going to end up covering those two up because of my Merry Christmas. I want to do a Merry Christmas. And I'm just going to do it right on the red. So I wanted something that wasn't so traditional. I wanted to design something that could be used all year round. I wanted to design something that could be used with my earlier product so that you see the value in all of it. And I didn't even really play with the embossing folder at all. And they do coordinate. You do or can use them together. Maybe I'll just put it there. And bam, we've got a Christmas card. Oh, I think I'm just going to put it here. Now the Merry Christmas is on one of my Christmas stencils. Bam. we've got a Christmas card. Cute, different, fun, easy. But can you imagine this being so many other things? Whether you're using the whole stencil, or maybe you're just using half of it for something. Those circles are what makes everything possible. Those circles let you die cut out and then half-see it. Yep, that's what I did. You have options. And when you pair it with the embossing folder, you have even more options. So the things we used today were my arch circle Fanciful Framelits. We did my Merry and Bright 3D embossing folder that has the element that can be die cut out. And then we used my Merry and Bright single layer stencil. It's just a single layer stencil. You can use it with or without your or your stencil and stamp tool. And if you have the stencil and stamp tool, of course you can use everybody else's stencils with it. Love this set, love this folder. It makes my heart happy. And it's just cute. And then we have this one where I just used the entire stencil and did alternate colors for Christmas. But then I did this one, which is similar to the one I did today, only I did it in the reds and in the glitters. And I backed it in black. And then I did this one and just did Merry. And again, alternate color. Couldn't this be a happy birthday card? Oh my gosh, this is a great card. All the different colors of the little circles and then backed in the paper. So cute. And then we have it as the backing to our Christmas tree, which is one of my Fanciful Framelits. We'll get to that soon in another week. Look at how pretty is that. And then using those circles again, using the inner circle to get the inside, using the outer circle with a frame, two of them together to get the frame here. Look at how beautiful. So this was all done with my new collection from Sizzix. And this is my Merry and Bright stencil, used in just so many different fun ways. And I have so many other ways I'm thinking about how I want to use this stencil. All right, you guys. I hope you had fun. These two items released July 1st. July 1st, you'll find them globally. My Fanciful Framelit Arch Circles is already out, and we didn't even use any of the embossing elements with it today. The premium dye-based inks by Jacquard are currently available. There are 12 colors with Reinkers, and there's 6 more colors coming soon. So let me tilt this back and say, okay, did we have fun today? Was that a good time? Maybe you found out you have a local retail store that you didn't know about. Maybe you've clicked on those retail store links and you've added some of this product to your notify me list, or you went ahead and you picked up those arched circles. I love those. Then they are the May release, so those circles are out now. And like I said, we didn't even use the embossing feature. Go back, there's YouTubes where I've used the embossing feature on those. So I am Stacey, and this is Take Two Tuesday, an event we host every Tuesday where it's just a free craft class, a making class where I get to share with you my latest products because I am a licensed designer for Jacquard, Sizzix, and Couture Creations. I will see you all next Tuesday for our next class as we continue my launch to July, a nod to Christmas. So more coming soon. All right, you guys, I'll see you later. Bye. Oh, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. I'm Stacey. Bye, everybody.